Hello everybody, it's Bella here from RachandBellaCrafts, and I am now in the process of doing the other side of the cover, so I thought I'd take you along with me. So I have cut out the pieces ready, so I'm not faffing about, and trying to make my mind up whether I'm just going to use a glue stick. I think I will. So I've got some paper here that I'm going to just glue this, trying to remember the order I had them in. Not that it matters, because it's just going to be collaged. And I've just taken Rachel's papers, printed them on one side of the new kit. I don't think this is the medley one, but it's the mixed media one. So I've shown you in my other videos, and so has Rachel. And I wanted that flower to be here, so let's try and get that. Now this is a bag that I've had from Amazon. Just make sure that's at the top. And I just thought I would see if I can push that up a bit further. Yes. This, as I've said before, it sucks it down. See what happens? So very porous, this Amazon papers. This is like an envelope. But it doesn't matter, I can just trim that down, can't I? I'm not going to worry about that. Or I can just ink it up. Do one or the other. I'm going to use one of my new little bone folders. Only it's not a bone, obviously. Alright. And this is double thickness, by the way, because I cut the bag up, as you can see. I've glued it all the way around, and I glued the two sides, you know, the bit that's got the tuck in the side, and I believe I had that piece down there. Doesn't matter which way up. That's the wonderful thing about these mixed media papers. It doesn't matter which way up, except when they've got a flower on them. Okay, so just bear that in mind if you're using the kit. It's got so many uses, this kit. It's really been exciting. Thrilled to bits with it. And I did sleep last night, so very pleased about that, I had a good night's sleep. There we are. What do I do with my little spreader? That's it. What's next? I think I put one of these on first. I think it was that one. So I'm just going to, sorry, there's a lot of brown on the page, but it's what I'm covering up, so I'm using to glue with, so that's okay, isn't it? I hope you're all well. Thank you for those of you that left me lovely comments about my cover. I know it's not everybody's taste. Rachel said she didn't like the material. My husband said he didn't like the material. But I absolutely love it. And you've got to be true to yourself sometimes, haven't you? So I've gone ahead and used it. But I appreciate that it's not everyone's cup of tea. You know, I'm not saying that it's everybody's cup of tea, because I know it won't be, but I like it, and it's turned out really nice. I'll show you in a moment, but I just want to get this inside excuse me, inside cover done, and then we can move on to putting my actual fabric onto the other side of this. Okay, so that's what I'm planning on doing. I really enjoyed stitching. I did put some pictures up on Facebook, Junk Journal Trading Post, with RachandBellaCrafts, and just to show you close up what stitches I've done, because I finished that now, and I didn't want to do another video stitching, because it can be a bit tedious for some people, especially if they don't stitch. And Rachel's been here today, and she's actually started stitching her cover down. Which way up did I want this? That way, I believe. Not that it matters. This is drying out, you know. It must be really warm in here, because I can feel it's drying in my fingers. So I'm going to put plenty on and glue it down, hopefully. Which way up did I have it? That way, I think. Doesn't matter really, does it? Push it up. There we are. I'm not sure that's on straight, but does it matter? No, I really don't mind. And I may put things over the top of this, you never know. I might do something different over the top. You know, do some gesso in or something. This is so flexible, this kit, because there's so many things that you could do. Sorry, I'm just lining you up. I can just about see you. Where was I? That's going up there, that one. Okay, I know I'm confusing you a bit with the two browns, but that will go in a minute. It's okay, I'm just gluing on the side here, won't be a tick. So I hope you're all well and doing some fabulous crafting. There we are. I want my numbers up the right way, so let me just pull that closer to me so I get that square if I can. And that needs to come over a bit there. There we are. Not quite at the top, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. None of it's straight, but I'm not bothered because you may not see any of this anyway, because I may do some gesso in before I actually put my cover on the other side of this. I can see that's lifting there a minute. As I say, it's drying out. We have got the heating back on. We turned it down, but it did go really cold this morning, so that's why I'm warm, I expect. Right, where's my last piece? There it is. Okay, so that's collaged nicely. Well, Rachel is, we've been chatting away this morning, stitching together, which was really nice. And I think Rachel and I are going to meet up with my eldest daughter and have like a coffee stitch morning. We haven't suggested it to my eldest yet, but it would be really nice if we did do that. And then we can catch up with family things and just enjoy each other's company, you know. It's lovely to have the girls interested in stitching and crafting, you know. It is lovely, it's really lovely. So there we are, that's that done. And then the back then is like that. Yes, it's an Amazon one, yes. All right, so I'm not going to bend it, I'm not going to do anything like that. I think I'll just let it dry because that's a bit sticky there. And then we'll put some gesso on it to knock it back a bit, I think. And then it'll make it look as if it's just one page again. Because this was bigger than the A4. I haven't got, yes I have. That's an A4, you see? So I wouldn't get an A4 across there. So I thought, I've been pondering for a couple of days on how I was going to do this. And that's what I came up with anyway. I thought I may as well just collage it. And I'm not doing much journaling at the moment. Journal making, I should say. Because I've been into my stitching. So let me put that down there a moment. And there's the cover. So if I turn this over like so. And then I can show you the cover. She's really jolly, isn't she? I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I've got to say, I absolutely love it. I've done a lot of stitching. You probably can't see most of it. This is why I took some photographs and put it on Facebook. But I'll lift it up and I shall go as close as I dare for you to see. There's some black work in there. I put some black cotton in places as well. So I don't know how bright the light is in here. My husband did fix my lamp, so it is better than it was. And the sun has gone now, but never mind. So yeah, I've done quite a bit. I did quite a bit in here, and I stitched in here to make sure it stayed down. It was a little bit puffy in places. I could have done some more over here actually. I might do that actually, just to tack it down, because it does make it more quilty if you do that. And I might do a bit up there. So that I'm going to leave like that for now until this is dry. And then I'm going to use my gesso, which is over there. So I'm going to have to stop the camera, I think, and wait for this to dry, and then I'll come back. Okay? Well, here goes. Let's have a go. This may be a total disaster, but never mind. It's only paper. I can always glue it back over, can't I? So I'm going to try using my brayer with the gesso. I don't want loads on there. But I've just noticed on this one and this one, there's a scraper on there. I've never noticed that on them before. So let's just go like this, and like that, like that, like that. And then you can scrape it off if you want. See, like that. But I think I prefer, I'm going to be honest, I'm not really good at this, but it's knocking it back. That's the main thing. There we are. But I did like the streaks, I have to say. So I think the streaks aren't, see the streaks there? I don't know whether you can see, can you see them? Here, look, on there. I do like that. I don't want it to be just flat. Oh, trying to bring myself not to cover that up, but I'm going to. There we go. There we are. We can always add flowers afterwards, can't we? I think that might be enough. Got quite a lot of gesso. And it's nice to do it both ways, so you get a different texture. So I think I'll go around the edge as well. I have inked. I'm going to have to cover that up because that looks a bit strange. That's better. And I'm going to cover that as well. And that's making some lovely marks. And I want some real texture on here. Now then. Don't forget, this is an art journal. It's not just a, you know, an everyday journal that we're making, junk journals. This is an art journal, so I want it to look like it's been painted, but not carefully, if you know what I mean. There we go. Now I'm going to have to dry this now, and then I'm going to use these to stamp over the top and make some shapes with those. Okay, so I've got my ink ready, and I've got a bigger roller here, but I don't think I need that. I think we've done okay. All right, so that's that one. You're not getting the full colours with this. Actually, it looks better through the camera. It does on here for real. It does. There's more depth through the camera. That's good. Okay, all right, well, I won't be long. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, guys, it's all dry, so let's have some fun, shall we? I pulled out these. I showed you just now, didn't I? I think out of the 4 of them, I think I'm going to use these 3. And I'm not going to plaster it all over. I just wanted to be subtle. That took ages to dry there, but I did put my heat gun on it. But it started bubbling, and I didn't realise that gesso would bubble like that. It was almost as if it was melting, so it makes you wonder what is actually gesso. But anyway, there we are. Just saying. I've done some on this brown paper. Let me show you. And doesn't that look fun? So you can do it on anything, can't you? Just do it on whatever you like. So let's have a go. I think I'm just going to do the edge to see what it's like. Now that's coming out quite subtle, so I'll press a bit harder on my... That's better. All right, can you see that? Here. That's still wet, so watch I don't smudge it. And if you want it fainter, then, you know, you can repeat it, can't you? That's it. Oh, that's such fun. That's lovely. Okay. Excuse me, I'm coughing. These have got some squiggly lines on them. Sorry about the dust. I don't know where that's coming from. Now, which way do we want it? Do we want it that way, or do we want it that way? So we'll do both, shall we? We've got some squares on here, look, that Rachel has put on. So that's going to mirror that. I think I'd like some by here. I'm not sure which way up. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look, so I won't know which way it is. There we are, that's that. And what you could do, you could go, I've got to think about this now, that way, overlap them like that, so it's not too regular. And then I'm going to try this one, excuse my arm. These are like stars, okay? So we'll see what happens with this one. Fortunately, I've got my camera down low enough that I can see whether I'm on screen or not. I did make myself a cup of tea, so I'll have a sip of that in a moment because I've been busy. And it might stop me coughing. That's that. And there's a nice faint one there. Now, I think that's all I'm going to do with that. Okay. Just wondering whether that's enough. Yeah, I do like that actually. But don't forget, that's going to fold up like that. So maybe I need something here. But I can do that afterwards, can't I? So I'm going to put the lid back on. They put these funny things and they shoot everywhere when you take them off, don't they? But they do keep them moist. So I'm putting it back on. And that one stays on, okay? Jet black, that one. There we go then. So now I can turn that over now. Now I think it's all dry. Lovely jubbly. Get rid of that. Put that down there. Excuse me while I have a sip of tea. There we go. I did have this little music one, but I don't know whether I'm going to use it or not. It's too small really, isn't it? But never mind, I've got that one over there. Let's stay in camera now. So I'm going to flip it over. So that's got to be the top. Okay, so there we go. So this now goes on here. So I've got a flower on that side there, look, and then keeping that side there. So I must remember that. So I'm going to cover this now with, what's it called? PVA. I'm just working out now what would be the best thing to apply it with. And I think probably this, but it might dry too quickly. I don't know. Just thinking, oh, would a big brush be better? They're all over there now, but we'll try it with this. We'll try it with that first. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on straight onto here, look. So, oh, it is coming out. There we go. I didn't think it was. Right, there we go. So I'm going to need quite a bit. It doesn't want to come out very fast because it's old. All right. And I'm not going to worry too much about the edges because I'm going to stitch around there. And I'm going to hand stitch it, I think. So I won't be... I can always add some more in a minute. But just want to get the middle stuck down, so... because that's where the spine is going to be, okay? So bear that in mind when you're doing covers, where your spine is going. There you are, nice and clean. And then I'm going to do this. Try and get as much glue everywhere as I can. These are good, these are silicone. And they're meant for makeup, I believe. So, yeah, they're very handy. Excuse me holding my arm there, but I don't want it to move. I'll try and take it a bit closer. Especially down there where the spine is. I know we'll be stitching on it, but, you know, we've got an awl, so the awl will go through. I haven't decided yet what kind of binding I'm going to do, whether I would do a hidden one or elasticated one so I can take the pages out, because it is handy when you've got an art journal. Sometimes it's really nice to be able to take the pages out, you know, and work on them away from the cover and the actual journal. So let's make sure that's covered. We don't want the middle bits lifting, do we? So let's make sure there's plenty there, by there, and some by here. especially there, look. Otherwise it will lift, because don't forget this is material now, and it's got batting on the back of it, so I do need plenty. I think that's okay. Looks okay. Right, put that on there. Woohoo. Right. It's exactly the right size, so I've got to make sure I get it right. I think it would peel off, but I'm not sure. This needs to come over a little bit. You can stretch material, so you can't stretch paper. So that's gone down really nicely, actually. Yeah, it feels as if it's to the edge. And then what I'm going to do then, I'm going to stitch round there. The batting ends by here. I don't know whether you can see. The batting end here, I can feel it. So I'm going to do 2 rows of stitching. I think actually I will glue it. I think I will lift it and glue it. I was going to do more stitching on this, wasn't I? I forgot. Never mind, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Where's my little thing? And of course you've got the batting underneath. So where I haven't stitched, it is bound to be, because I didn't do any, but I can still go in there and I can still stitch. That's the lovely thing about batting. You can go into the batting without going to the back of this. So I can still stitch there. I'm not worried about it at all. But that's gone down really well. That's the lovely thing about PVA, isn't it? What I could do, I wonder. No, I think I'm going to leave it, because then I don't know what I am going to do around the edging. So that's the inside, that's the outside, and it's an art journal, so I'm not going to worry too much. And if I wanted to, I could trim that, look, because I definitely haven't stitched along there. So that has stuck down there. That's rather nice, actually. That has stuck there a bit. So if I wanted to, I could go in and put some glue along there. I could put my tombola there, I think, because I don't think that would show. Let me just get some. There's not much glue left in this, and I don't know if I've got any of this left, actually. But, oh, there we go. Dribbled out. There we are. So that is all stuck down now. I think I'll go along here as well. That's more or less glued there. Good. So the edges are glued as well. So it's glued in some places. So it didn't take a lot of glue, did it? To get that stuck down there. That's good. Quite happy with that. This tombola is really good. There we are. Job done. So that's all stitched down now. Glued down, I should say. And I think I'm going to put, why that's lifting, I don't know. But I'm going to put some glue there and some glue there. Make sure she stays down. I don't want her coming off. That's the nice thing about these journals. If you're using glue, you've just got to stick it back down, haven't you? But I may put a couple of stitches around here just to stop the looseness of it. I was wondering about that. Maybe I should have done, what I could have done in red or black was done some invisible stitching, but I didn't bother. So it's all on. It's glued on. Both sides is glued. So that's going to be a fabulous cover when I for some reason that doesn't want to stick down, but never mind. So there we go. So that's how she is so far. All right, and then I may do some more work on this. I'm waiting for it all to dry because the damp is coming through, I think. So I'm going to leave that there now to just finish off drying. I think probably I'll leave it that way, let it breathe. And then I'll decide then what I'm going to do around the edge. I don't really want to use the sewing machine because I've done so much stitching by hand on here. I love this bit here. There's bits that I really love on this. I'm quite pleased with that. So I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's my cup of tea and I love it. So I hope you find something that you love and that you're able to throw yourself into some project or some, especially if you've lost your mojo at the moment. Find something that really excites you and gets your mojo going. Because when I saw Rachel's papers, I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, here they are. When I saw these, and the others are absolutely, you know, magical, the others, it really got me going because I haven't done mixed media for such a long time. And not only mixed media, but also doing, I've forgotten the name of it now. It's gone, you know, these shapes. Abstract, that's the word. I love anything abstract. I didn't used to when I was doing watercolours. Everything had to be precise. And then we joined a mixed media class and we had such a wonderful teacher. He was brilliant. And he really encouraged us just to step out of our comfort zone and do something different. And we did. And I really enjoyed it. So, and as I said, as a child, I loved shapes. You know, I used to draw the shapes, colour them in, do circles and squares and all kinds of things. And I used to do these great big loopy things and then colour them in, you know. And I'm sure lots of you did that as well. What I wish I'd done now, I wish I'd done more of the big stitches. I can still do that. And if I do decide to do that, I'll show you how I do it. Because you don't have to go through the other side. Not that it would matter, but this is getting quite, you know, it's not floppy now. It's quite sturdy. So I'm going to let it dry. And I shall be back and show you what I'm going to do next. I was going to say about the comments, we really appreciate people watching. We really do appreciate all of you watching. But to keep the channels going, and I'm not just talking about mine or Rachel's, I'm talking about everybody's. People put such a lot of work into these videos. It's not just about the craft. You have to download it, you have to edit it, some of them you have to speed up. So much work goes into it that you don't see. This bit you do, but you're not only seeing this in part because then we go off and we do a bit more. A lot of work goes into these journals and all the craft that we make. If you're watching on TV, like I do a lot, I watch on TV, but I always keep my phone by the side of me, my mobile. And when I remember, and I try to do it as often as I can, I open up my app onto the YouTube channel, and it usually says, because I've got a smart TV, it will say, do you want to join up these devices, you know, the television and my mobile phone? And I don't know whether you're aware of this or not. If you are, well, fair enough. But then I connect my phone to the video that I'm watching. Then I'm able to like it, subscribe to it, and then comment. And I know how much we need it as YouTubers to keep our channels going, because it does dishearten you a bit, especially when, you know, we know people are watching, and it's lovely to see that you're watching. So if you could have pity on us and keep your phone by the side of you if you've got a mobile, and just, even if it's just a like, you know, that will help to the algorithms, is it? It helps you to come, it shows that you're active. That's what I'm trying to say. It shows that you're actually watching and there's somebody responding. Anyway, lecture over with. Thank you all for watching this, and I hope you've learnt something positive and have a lovely day. So I shall speak to you soon, and I shall carry on with this journal soon. Thank you for watching, and thank you so much for commenting. Bye for now.